my God, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to sit on my shares and it's opening things. Can you? Okay, there we go. I was like, can you stop? It's opening everything but what I'm trying to open. But I hope y'all are having a good day today. I hope all is well. Welcome in. Happy Sunday for the people who are new here, who um, have not been here, do not know who I am. Hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist. And if you have been here, welcome back. If you're watching this on YouTube and you are catching this later, don't forget to subscribe. Drop any questions that you have down in the comments because I do respond. Hi, how are you doing, Stephanie? Happy Sunday. I hope that you guys have an amazing day today. We're going to continue our conversation about like why the all or nothing mindset around you getting healthier is keeping you sick and how it's keeping you from your health goals in your lifestyle journey, and diving deeper into understanding what is going on with our pain points and understanding why our body is giving us certain symptoms. So if you are here and you are in the space where not only you're exhausted, not physically, not just physically, but also emotionally, and you keep trying, you try to eat better, you're trying to be healthier, you're trying to overall fix what you feel is broken, whether it is the symptoms that you have going on or just overall your eating habits, dealing with issues of fatigue, feeling stressed out, knowing that you have high cortisol, weight gain that you can't get rid of, or excess weight that you can't get rid of, being able to sustain a healthy lifestyle, feeling like that you're trying a whole bunch of different things and that you're trying to either do it perfectly or that it just keeps failing. And so you're playing a constant guessing game. This makes you have a negative connotation around being healthy and taking care of yourself. And so when you are having this negative connotation around what it feels like and what it looks like for you to have a balanced body, a balanced nervous system, having a healthy digestion, having a healthy liver, having a healthy adrenal gland, having a healthy brain, a healthy gut overall, you feel like your body is turning against you when you have habit patterns that are not being supported with the lifestyle that is diet culture, that is being healthy. And so this makes you have the mindset of this is not going to work for me. It's never going to be sustainable. So you're going to keep trying different things of eating for diet, so keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, so that you can lose 20 pounds before you go out of town. You're going to continuously try those new fast facade diets that are going to help you be able to not only lose weight, but it's also going to help you lower your cholesterol. All of these healthy marketing terms that they use to attract you in to your healthy healing journey. But these are momentary band-aids that are not going to help you be able to sustain being healthy. So you're going to try all the different diets, the keto, the paleo, the Weight Watchers, the Jenny Craig. But as soon as you go back to your old lifestyle, what's going to happen? You're going to have the same symptoms that you were having before you went to this lifestyle. And the reason why is because you never changed the habit patterns that you have. You never got to the root cause of why you're suffering from the different issues of fatigue, the different issues of the bloating, the weight gain, you having issues with your cycle, you having that excess weight gain that you can't explain, that you're trying to figure out where the heck it came from. This is a continuous cycle that women go down. And the reason why you were going down a path of believing that your body is turning against you and that it's not working for you is because you're playing that guessing game of diet culture. Diet culture teaches you to guess, to play games, to continuously try new things outside of the realm of just like, I want to try something different because I'm already on my health journey and I already feel stable, but instead you feel unstable. So you're constantly trying to play this game of compensating for what's not working in this space, compensating for trying to get new iron in your body, compensate for trying to get magnesium in a new way in a new space. And not understanding that food should be used as medicine. You don't need a supplement. You don't need a prescription. You don't need a surgery. You have to use food. And there are a lot of nutritionists on here that are now coming out and they're talking about the new pyramid, the food pyramid that has changed and has been flipped upside down. And how that many people stay hungry day to day because they're not getting enough nutrients, specifically protein. So this is the reason why now protein is at the top of the food pyramid. But I've been telling y'all for at least 2 or 3 years now. I want to say it's almost been 3, but I'm going to say 2 just to keep it in the safe realm. It's been 2 years of me telling you the same thing, that you need stabilizers, and stabilizers that help you feel full and stay full are healthy proteins, and you can get healthy proteins from plant-based sources. You need healthy proteins in order for you to not be hungry all day and to have these intense cravings that make you choose the wrong choices when it comes to your food. So when you're sitting here and you feel like you have to force yourself to eat, or that you have to force yourself to fast, or you have to force yourself to sit here and calorie count and restrict, instead of realizing that you need more nutrients, because your health journey starts with nutrients. It doesn't start with the fast. It doesn't start with you just shoving more food down your throat, because I have women who are smaller and I have women that are of all body types that come and work with me. But the smaller women think that they should just be eating more regardless of what kind of calories it is, as well as bigger women believe that they should be restricting regardless of what kind of calories it is, whether they are eating just salads or whether they are eating junk or they're eating the healthiest things possible. And a lot of you are not realizing you just need more nutrients. It's not the fact that you either need to cut out or that you need to eat more. It's the fact that you need nutrients, period. Because so many people are malnourished in our society and don't realize it, because we don't know what these symptoms mean. You having these intense cravings, you having the issue of inflammation, you having the issue of that your energy is never where it needs to be when you wake up, regardless of how much sleep you've had. Your cycle is unpredictable. You're having PMS. You're having different issues of pain or heavy bleeding. Your mood is never stabilized. And this is deeper than just, oh, I need to do another diet. It's because you are lacking the nutrients that your body needs to be comfortable, to be stable, to feel safe. That safety comes from you eating real whole foods. And when you miss a day or two or 20 or years of nutrients, this is what you get. This is the repercussions: inflammation, fatigue. You're going to have issues with your mood. You're going to have issues of cravings that you cannot control, nor can you pinpoint why you're having the cravings. It's not about you restricting. It's about you finally getting the nourishment that your body has been craving, not punishing yourself for being hungry. But it's about you understanding that in order for you to restore your health and to actually be on a health journey that looks and feels comfortable and looks good, not just externally, but internally looks good to your body, to give you the safety to be able to release high cortisol, stress inside the body, you have to give yourself a structure of stability, not the instability of calorie counting and restricting and then going back to eating because you're starving today. Because that instability is making your body not trust you. And then your body goes, well, I know you're going to eat healthy for maybe a couple of weeks. And then when you go back to your old lifestyle, I'm going to hold on to all of the calories that you take in because I don't know when you're going to calorie count and restrict again. And you ignored me every time I gave you hunger cues. That's what happens when somebody is starving. When somebody doesn't have food and they are starving, that's literally what the body does. It goes, oh, every time you eat, I have to hold on to these calories because I don't know when the next time we're going to eat. That is stress. That is a space full of cortisol. That is where the body does not want to be. And the why, the all or nothing mindset is why so many women stay sick. You have the all or nothing of, I have to calorie count and restrict and have the lowest amount of calories possible in order for me to be healthy. That all or nothing mindset. I have to get rid of all the junk food in my house because if I don't, then after that I'm wasting money and I'm going to eat it. That all or nothing mindset of, I have to cut out all meat and all dairy today and then I'm going to eat only salads. That perfectionist mindset ruins your health journey and it makes you feel off. And then when you do fall off because you're never comfortable in this space, you're going to blame the diet or you're going to blame yourself. And this puts a negative connotation around your health journey. And you know what happens? This makes your nervous system say, being healthy is dangerous. It makes your subconscious say, being healthy never works for me. It makes you have a negative connotation, a negative mindset, negative self-talk around taking care of yourself. And it's a wonder of why so many women deal with the issue, or it's a common wonder, but it's not a wonder to me, why so many women have a common issue of starting a diet and never sticking with it, or feeling like the diets never work and their health journey never works, so then you quit. And then you think that you have a lack of motivation, a lack of willpower, and you have no energy to get in the gym, but in reality, you don't have enough nourishment. A lot of y'all don't have enough nourishment in the body for you to be working out. You don't have enough nourishment in your body to get up and cook a healthy meal. So when you have that that hunger cue, your first thought is convenience. When you have that hunger cue, your thought is, oh, I'm about to start my cycle. I should eat that chocolate now because it's going to help me feel good. You having that dopamine stimulation from food is making your nervous system reiterate that healthy is not the way to go. You're reiterating to yourself that health is eating salads and not being able to enjoy these foods. You're making yourself uncomfortable and you're making yourself work harder to be healthy when it does not have to be that difficult. Learning how, when you make the nervous system feel safe, your digestive tract is going to be balanced. When you make yourself feel safe, detoxing actually is a comfortable place for you to be in, and you don't have all these negative side effects that I have people who get my cleansing book and have never done a cleanse correctly talk to me about how the fact that they never did a cleanse and a detox without having negative side effects. Your progesterone is going to be balanced. And it's not going to have this panic of, okay, well, we don't want a child in this environment, so either we're going to drop it really really low when we're uncomfortable, or we're going to have it really really high, so we're mimicking pregnancy. But instead, you're going to have stabilized hormones. You're not going to be dealing with estrogen dominance as well. This is what happens when you help the nervous system feel safe. Your blood sugar will stabilize, because a lot of people don't understand the connection because they think that blood sugar and diabetes is all about sugar itself and eating and consuming sugar. But your blood sugar becomes unstable every time that you eat. If you are not eating stabilizers with your food, your blood sugar is going to panic and it's going to expel more sugar, and your body's going to stop responding to sugar correctly over the years of you doing this. And it's all starting in the nervous system. And this is because your gut is off, your brain is off, your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, and they're all being thrown off together. And it's a collective system that is saying, hey, I'm not getting what I need. And so you know what happens? Inflammation is rising higher and higher. It's increasing. So then the liver is having to work harder to expel toxins. It's having to work harder to make sure that your estrogen doesn't leak to other places, because now you have estrogen dominance. You're having a different number of issues that are also happening inside the pancreas while the liver is working overtime, because the pancreas is having to compensate for all that insulin that's being pumped out. And then the kidneys are a space where you're supposed to regulate and you're supposed to balance, keep your blood healthy, right? But when your kidneys are out of whack and they're thrown off, you do realize this causes distress inside the body, because now your blood flow is thrown off. Your literal blood flow is thrown off. And so many women wonder why they bleed so heavy when they're on their cycle. And then they have low iron and low magnesium. And you're thinking it's because you menstruate and you're a woman, and so you're going to lose your iron. But that's not true. Yes, your iron is going to be affected and it can deplete during your cycle if you're not given enough nutrients before to prepare. But when you are in a space where you are prepared, when you're giving your body what it needs, when you're supporting yourself for each phase of your cycle, iron deficiency is not a real thing when it comes to you having menstruation. As somebody who was once borderline anemic, was getting my iron watched by my doctor after my blood work and they saw it, I'm telling you, I healed all those issues. And the reason of how, not the reason why, but the how was me getting more nutrients and eating more foods, understanding that during that time where you're having all these cravings right before your menstruation, it isn't because you're craving all these different foods because you want chocolate and sugar, but it's because you weren't getting given enough nutrients, and you have already subconsciously trained yourself to crave junk when you're lacking food, when you're lacking nutrients. So when you've already eaten for the day and you've eaten a meal, your body goes, well, every time we eat a meal, we usually eat sugar afterwards. So I'm not going to crave what I need, which is like spinach. I need iron-based foods. Instead, I'm going to crave chocolate. And so that little board that tells you when you're craving chocolate and you need iron and magnesium and you need to be using them together, that's not a lie. They just don't break down and tell you fully of why it's happening and how you get rid of it and how this is impacting the body. Because you are in survival mode. That's where a lot of people don't understand. This bloating, this tired feeling, you being foggy, you having all this cravings of the sugar. It's not because you don't have discipline, but it's because your body's on survival mode, and all it can do is spit out the facts that you have told it is true. So subconsciously, you have told yourself that it is true that we're going to be inflamed and we're going to have over dysregulation. And so the truth is, all I'm going to feed you is sugar to compensate for you having insulin resistance. All I'm going to do is feed you a whole bunch of carbs and unhealthy fats and salts. This is what your truth and your reality has become inside of your body. Malnourishment and stress. And these two things, malnourishment and stress, puts your body in dis-ease. And when you break up dis-ease, it's literally dis-ease. Your body is in a space, in a state of distress and dis-ease. It is not having a comfortable time. When you put diet and break diet up, diet itself literally is diet. It is not something that is like oh, this is a health journey and this is the reason why we're going to do this and this is how we're going to change our whole lifestyle. Diet is you putting yourself in a compromised position that throws off your nervous system. You have to start looking deeper into why they're so heavy in promoting diet culture, why there's so many different programs for you to join for Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and keto and paleo, and how they're selling you some type of diet. And everybody that goes on this diet is never able to sustain their healthy weight unless they put thousands of dollars into this program every single year in order for them to stay on the calorie counting or the point counting system that they give them. But as somebody who's been plant-based for over 5 years now, and I teach people how to live in a sustainable lifestyle, you come work with me once in any aspect, whether it's a one-on-one or it's you getting into the program, which I no longer have, but my programs in general for the women who have worked in my programs. And you always have sustainable habits that keep you on your health journey. I give you structure and strategy that helps you be able to change your habits, so that you're not sitting here eating highly processed foods, a whole bunch of unhealthy animal fats, a whole bunch of unhealthy sugar, and then inflammatory foods that give you no nutrients. And all it does is take from your body, makes your organs work overtime. It takes from your years. It takes from your mental. It takes from your nervous system. It takes from your digestive tract. It takes from your immune system. It takes from your blood. It literally throws off every single part of your body. And your organs are overworked, they're underfed, and they're inflamed. And this is a space where hormonal imbalances thrive. This is a space where insulin resistance thrives, fatigue, thyroid dysfunction, autoimmune diseases, gut issues, chronic illness overall. All of this is depleted because you have disease, dis-ease, thriving in the body by the lifestyle that you live. You are feeding dis-ease. So when you are sitting here and you think that it's a lack of motivation or willpower or that your body is turning against you, you have to think, what are you feeding inside of your body that is making you feel uneasy, that's making you feel dis-ease? Because when you shift from a space where it's no longer working or it hasn't ever worked, and this is the reason why, and you can pinpoint why, and you shift into a space of, okay, this is a strategy that's going to work for me if I strategically start eating more fruits and more vegetables, replacing more plant-based foods in my life instead of just restricting and cutting everything out. You can slowly start to shift your health and start to see different changes. Your liver can feel comfortable to be able to detoxify, and it can finally breathe, and it can feel safe within you. Your pancreas will calm down with expelling a whole bunch of excess sugar and be able to be stabilized, so that way you are not insulin resistant. And insulin resistance is your cells are no longer responding correctly to sugar. So guess what? Now your cells are able to work the way that they should be. Excuse me. Your gut will be able to rebuild its pH, so then now you have a healthy immune system inside the gut, because over 70% of your immune system is inside of your gut. So when you are supporting the gut in the way that you should be, it's able to rebuild itself daily. In that way, you're not going to be getting sick. You're going to actually be able to absorb the nutrients that you're eating, and you're going to feel good overall. Knowing that your brain is able to trust you, because when your gut is stabilized, your brain is stabilized as well. A lot of people's anxiety, a lot of people's depression, panic attacks is coming from an unhealthy gut. And that is no joke. Science has literally nicknamed your gut and your brain connected, and your gut is called your second brain in science. It's not a gimmick. It is literal scientific fact that if your gut is off, your brain will be off as well. So this means your hormones cannot rebalance themselves. You're going to have fatigue. And then it's going to be telling every other organ, your liver, your kidney, your pancreas, hey, we're thrown off and I need help. And so you're going to have to compensate here to fix this problem. And you're going to have to overwork here to fix this problem. You can't rest throughout the night, because if you do, we're going to unalive. Do you see why people wake up and have to depend on coffee as much as they do throughout the week? It's more than just you're overworked. It's more than just you didn't get enough sleep. A lot of you are not getting given enough nutrients for the brain to be stabilized. And so guess what? You didn't rest throughout the night, because the brain is literally sitting here trying to figure out how to keep you alive day to day. You don't need perfection. You don't need a new diet. You don't need to try some type of new keto or paleo or Weight Watchers. You don't need to sit here and have the most intricate, detailed plan of how you're going to cut everything out and throw everything away in your fridge. You just need a strategy that supports you in the space that you are in now, so that you can make those small little changes, those little shifts that are going to support you in sustaining being healthy. Keeping you out of this starting and stopping, starting and stopping. 1 minute I'm going to start this, next minute I'm going to stop this. This starting and stopping in 2 weeks or a month. Knowing that you falling off isn't you being lazy, but it's the lack of structure and stability in the plan, or the lack of plan. Because a lot of people started to diet and like, I'm going to start on Monday, but you don't have a plan to start besides, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to go there. I'm going to get a salad and some chicken, and I'm going to boil the chicken and I'm going to put it in the salad and I'm going to put some sauce on it. That's not a plan. That's not a strategy. A strategy is, okay, I don't want to be sitting here eating salads every day, and I don't know that I know that I'm not going to want to cook something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have healthier meals that I'm going to switch out for the week. Maybe I'm going to cut out meat 3 times a week. Maybe I'm going to start implementing where I can cut out cheese and start making my own plant-based cheeses. Different things that help you work yourself way to the healthy journey that you're looking for. It starts with you feeling safe. When you don't feel safe in the journey and you just jump into it, you have no snacks, you have nothing to eat throughout the day, knowing that you eat 3 meals a day plus snacks, you have nothing in the fridge besides raw fruits and vegetables, and no plan of meal prep, no plan of meals, and you're thinking you're going to eat raw for the next month. And you've never done this in your life. That makes you feel uncomfortable. So then you don't want to change the foods that you eat. Then you're not going to want to change your habits. Then you're going to have a rhythm that's thrown off, because you have a rhythm. Regardless if you have a plan and a structure that is written down on a schedule, you have a rhythm. Your blood sugar is going to be dysregulated, because a lot of y'all think that fasting is the best way for you to take care of your body, and you don't know how to correctly fast. So when you are fasting and then you break that fast, you're spiking your blood sugar. Your nervous system isn't going to feel safe in this space, because you're starving yourself when you already needed nutrients. And then you think that you're detoxifying and you're helping your detox pathways open up. But a lot of y'all are blocking them more, because you already don't have enough hydration. You don't have enough oxygen. And this needs to go to a cellular level. And you're not getting that. And so you already have dried out, heavily backed up digestive tract and organs that are not given enough oxygen and hydration, and then you think that you're going to fast yourself into being healthy when you don't even have hydration to get the digestive tract moving. You don't have oxygen to be pumped out through all of your body where it needs to, because all of your body needs oxygen. And these two things come from fruits and vegetables. You have to eat fruits and vegetables. It's deeper than just, oh, I drink this much water a day. Because there's a reason why they changed it from 1 minute you need 8 glasses a day, and now it's based on your body weight. Because they know that you don't get enough just by drinking water. You have to eat water as well. And this gives you more of a different type of H2O and H3O than you just drinking water. But they're not going to tell you that, because when you learn how important it is and impactful it is for you to eat your hydration and to eat your oxygen, cancer cannot thrive in an oxygenated space. It cannot thrive, it cannot live. And they don't want you to know that for a reason. Because if you know that cancer cannot thrive in an oxygenated space, and you know where the real natural oxygen comes from, then rather than you just breathing in oxygen, which is not enough, you will be able to help yourself and others around you prevent yourself from having inflammatory diseases like cancer. But when you are in a space where they don't want to teach you how to be healthy, they don't want to teach you how to have that space of stability instead of relying on motivation, you're going to constantly be playing this fighting game. We don't just change the foods. We change our habits. We change the rhythm. We change our blood sugar. We change our nervous system. We change our detox pathways when you actually eat for your body, when you eat from the earth. Because there's a reason why the earth produces vegetation that supports you. It is deeper than you just thinking that your symptoms are a part of your body turning against you and that you're a woman, so you're going to have all these weight fluctuations and hormone imbalances. Because PMSing is a cute little term that we have given to hormonally being imbalanced and malnourished. Because PMSing is common, but that's not normal. The only reason why you PMS is because you don't have enough nutrients day to day. And when you don't have enough nutrients, your body has to respond with irritation. So you have, what is it called? I'm trying to think of the word. What is the word? What is the word? Your nerves are, you have, goodness, I can't think of the word. When you're like, everybody's on my last nerves, I'm tired, I'm irritated, and you're feeling like during your cycle, now you're having all these cravings and you're crying. That's not normal. It's common. And the reason why it's so common is because we don't get enough nutrients. I'm going to say this again. There is no reason for them to flip the food pyramid upside down. I've been telling y'all this for 2 years now. We don't get enough stabilizers in our food. Proteins are the source that keeps you stabilized, and it keeps you from feeling hungry all day. But when they feed us the way that they do, especially if you're here in America, unhealthy fats, a whole bunch of salt, and sugar. And it's not natural sugar, but a bunch of processed sugar. And these three key things are the way for you to throw off your natural rhythm when it comes to how you eat, how you crave. And they know this. And that's the reason why processed food is so heavily bought. And the reason why people are addicted to it. Because these three things stimulate your dopamine, and then it turns off your receptors to let you know that you are full or that you've had too much. This is the same reason why kids can eat sweets until they're sick. Because people will tell, you know how you tell a kid, you can't eat all that cake and ice cream, you're going to throw up. And then they do it, and then they throw up, and then they wonder why or how they got sick. It's because, one, that is way too much sugar. And two, they don't have any receptors after you eat so much processed food that tells you, hey, that's enough. It turns itself off. And just like those symptoms that you ignore of your fatigue, of you having the issue of the weight gain, the weight fluctuation, you having issues with your cycle, and you ignore those symptoms, your brain stops giving you so much, or at least rather you stop recognizing so many receptors, so many pain points, so many symptoms and signs that your body gives you. And can you only imagine for how young we start giving processed foods to kids? How early on they stop seeing and feeling the signs of their gut is bloated, that their digestive tract is off. Like, really sit back and think for your kids, especially if you have a child that stays constipated a lot. Think about how early on they're going to stop recognizing, realizing what a natural flow of digestion feels like versus constipation. How bloating becomes something that is normal for them. That is a scary place to think that I don't have any kids, but those little babies already don't even know what they're supposed to feel like naturally. And then we go 10, 20, 30 years like this, especially if you are a woman who has not been taught to cycle sync. And then we develop fibroids and cysts. And then by the time that you're 50, they've diagnosed you with the fibroid and they have symptoms that they can diagnose you with. And it's deeper than just because you got older and the body changes, but it's literally because you have thrown your body off for years. And people don't realize, especially women specifically, if you are not pooping, estrogen is going to store up inside of your body. I'm so serious. It's not a joke. It is scientific fact. If you are not pooping enough before your cycle, if you're not pooping enough throughout the month, and you decide that during your cycle is a time where you release all of it because that's your norm, that is making you sick. More than just, oh, I'm holding on to poop and shouldn't be doing that. But it's because you were literally causing estrogen dominance inside of your body. You were causing a hormonal imbalance because you shouldn't, one, be holding on to poop because that means your digestive tract is not flowing. but also because that causes an issue, because by the time that you're ready to menstruate, your body wants to feel lighter. Even though you are feeling the heaviest that you are, your body wants real natural food that goes through easily. It wants a simplified process. And when you already have too much stored inside your digestive tract, your gut's not absorbing nutrients the way that it should. So you're not getting enough nutrients to help you be able to be balanced during that time. But you're also bloated and you're stuffed up with a whole bunch of crap. Yeah, you're going to have a painful menstrual cycle. Yes, your body's going to feel like it's turning against you. Yes, it's going to be heavy bleeding. Yes, you're going to develop a cyst or a fibroid. Like, it's a continuous process, and we're never taught how to release the issues. So if you are looking for a space that can help you be able to be guided into learning how to eat more foods that help you be able to support the body, use food as your medicine. You are looking for help in understanding what these symptoms are meaning and how your hormones have been thrown off, and stop playing the guessing games and get a strategy that's going to help you be able to start your plant-based journey or start your health journey in general, which helps you be able to eat more healthy foods, eat more plant-based foods in your life, because not everybody's journey is going to look the same. People say, oh, I can't go without dairy, I can't go without bacon. Who is telling you to cut everything out today? Who is telling you that you still can't have any source of dairy? As somebody who went plant-based 5 years ago, I didn't just cut everything out within 3 days and was like, okay, I'm done, I'm being plant-based. It took me 3 months to get off of meat. 3 months. I winged myself off. That was my own choice of how long it was going to take me. It took me 3 months. I didn't get off of dairy until around 3 or 4. And even then, it was still sprinkles of dairy in my life, because I was like, well, if I'm going to cut it out, I'm going to have this one more time. So it's a matter of what helps you feel safe and comfortable. It's not the matter of, oh, this guru went raw plant-based in 2 days or a month and they never eaten anything again. If you are going to die without that bacon, eat the bacon. Like, nobody is going to sit here and say, well, you can't be plant-based and you're still eating the bacon. Like, if somebody is really jumping down your throat because you still eat bacon and you've changed everything else about your life, I promise you it's a problem with them and not you. So if you were sitting here thinking the all or nothing mindset, like we've been talking about, of you have to do it all today, you have to play this guessing game of maybe it'll work or maybe I'll stick with it, you're never going to stick with it and you're never going to get the results that you're looking for. So if you are looking to start that, if you were looking for a space where you can understand how to start eating more plant-based meals and support the body fully, my one-on-one sessions are linked in my bio. You can go check it out. You can book you a one-on-one session. And for now, there's a limited time bonus that you will get my Foundation to a Plant-Based Eating Masterclass that I still have the video for from, I think it was last year, I want to say, that we did. It was really impactful. The ladies loved it. That is going to help you be able to break down exactly what foods are throwing you off, the symptoms that you have going on, understanding and diving deeper into healthy hormones and balancing your hormones, and truly understanding how diet culture, diet trends are not helping you get into the space of mapping out a plan that keeps you away from guessing games. Because it's not about perfection. It's about having that small little steps that allow you to change your lifestyle completely. And knowing that your body is supported when you meet it at the place that helps it feel safe. When you don't help your body feel safe, you are never going to see change. You're never going to see sustainable change. You might see momentary quick changes, but sustainable is not possible in that space. So if you have any questions for me, please drop any questions that you have down below. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, like I said, if you're still here, first of all, thank you. Second of all, drop any questions that you have down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I do post every single live that I have on YouTube, and I usually let y'all know if I don't post it, but I post them on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you are new here over here on TikTok and you haven't followed, welcome in, please follow, and go on ahead and subscribe to my YouTube so that way if you miss any lives, you can go catch those. If you're not on my email list, I send out free help on my email list every single week, as well as I have plenty of free content on my YouTube. So if you are in the space where maybe you want to buy a product or a service, you want to join a one-on-one session, but maybe Klarna Affirm is not the space for you, you can get started in every place that I have, whether it's YouTube, whether it's here. I haven't been posting on YouTube, not YouTube, on Facebook and Instagram, but I do have those spaces as well. Like I said, I'm going to get back on that once I get back over here posting multiple times a week because I've been posting one time 3 times a week, and I want to get back to posting a couple different times a day, multiple times a week. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over here. So if you have not have not checked out my YouTube, I post every single Tuesday and Thursday. Go check that out over here on TikTok. um I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm not seeing any questions. Thank you guys for the likes. I try to go live at least 3 times a week. Today is Sunday. I don't think I'll be back live tomorrow, unless if I do, it'll be late. And if not, I'll see you guys on Tuesday or Wednesday. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Be blessed, be safe, everybody. And thank you for all the comments and the questions. Bye, y'all. Peace.